Let's have an open discussion about the New Day, okay? What is going to happen with the New Day going forward? I'm a little worried at their current state. November 28th of this year will mark 10 years of the New Day. And to be quite honest with you, I'm hoping they make it till November 28th, Kofi and Xavier. But it's not looking like that may be the case, especially after watching the last couple weeks of Monday Night Raw. Now, Kofi Kingston seems to be the biggest cheerleader of the finally debuting Odyssey Jones, which, look, on a complete side note, I'm a big fan of Odyssey Jones. He's been drafted to Raw like twice in the last couple years. They finally found some use for him, and I'm very happy he's on TV. So let me just put that out there, especially coming back from a big injury. I forget what he had going on, but I watched him in NXT and so on, and he's good. I know he's good. That's besides the point, though. So Kofi Kingston, hyping him up. And, he delivers in the ring for sure. Odyssey Jones is happy to be here. I mean, just last week on Raw, he was wearing his red NDR shirt, New Day Rocks. So he's ready to go. But, as we found out 2 weeks ago, this all caught Xavier Woods by surprise. He had no idea that him and Kofi had this friendship of sorts, that Odyssey Jones was going to come to their aid as an ally, and although he appreciated it, going up against this faction for the last couple months, Karrion Kross and company, the Final Testament, who has been a thorn in the side of Kofi and Xavier, still, Xavier Woods, still very confused about what's going on here, Kofi. Are you essentially trying to replace our buddy old pal that's been gone 2.5 years from in-ring action, that being Big E? And before Karrion Kross even said it last Monday on Raw, I had mentioned it a week prior after that Raw, as soon as we saw Odyssey Jones pop up, and I had said it on my live that night with everybody. I said there is definitely going to be friction because the way they're bringing Odyssey Jones on as a big guy, almost making it seem like in Xavier's mind that Kofi's bringing him along. Could this be the replacement? Is Kofi trying to essentially replace Big E, which Xavier will have no part of? Especially Xavier's the one that put this group together in 2014. So he's not going to have any of that. And then Karrion Kross goes on last week to mess around with Xavier's head by saying, look, Kofi seems like he's trying to replace your buddy old pal, Big E. So it came off with that line. I said, yep, there he goes. He's going to start making Xavier wonder, what is this really all about? So the last 2 weeks, as supportive as Xavier Woods is trying to be with Odyssey Jones up against the Final Testament or whatnot, he's trying to be supportive. He's still giving a couple golf claps after Odyssey won last week. And so I don't know what you guys think. Do you think as early as tonight, Monday Night Raw, could we see the implosion of the New Day? Will this be the end after nearly 10 years that Xavier Woods has had enough of whatever Kofi's up to? And one of two things could happen if Xavier turns heel. Obviously, if Xavier turns heel on Kofi and Odyssey Jones, then he could either join the Final Testament, which Karrion Kross has been trying to recruit him for a month or two now, or Xavier Woods could just go out on his own and be a heel, which honestly, Xavier Woods, by his mannerisms the last couple of weeks, has completely convinced me that if he were to turn heel, he could do this thing on his own. He don't need any help at all. Now, if Xavier Woods does join the Final Testament, it's not for his sake, but for the sake of the Final Testament, because Final Testament, it's been a few months. I don't know how you guys feel about it. They're still kind of shaky to me. I think Scarlett is a phenomenal valet/manager, whatever you want to call her, with the group. I think she does a great job, has a great look. Karrion Kross, he's ever-changing. He's getting there. I don't think he's right quite over the hump right yet with the fans as far as like being over even in a heel capacity, but I know he's trying. And AOP, they're just kind of there. And much respect for Paul Ellering, longtime manager of the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, my favorite tag team of all time. So nothing but good things to say about him. But anyway, collectively, what I'm getting at is the group could certainly use a very overact in Xavier, especially if they want to be very popular and hated even more. Because Xavier Woods, being the reason the New Day splits, and turning heel nonetheless, oh man, he's going to get a ton of heel heat because of it. And if he lumps himself in with Karrion Kross and the Final Testament, then boy, it's going to be a very interesting situation. So more than anything, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Xavier Woods is going to turn heel? Is he going to turn on Kofi Kingston? Or are they just giving us the certain subtleties? But is he going to make the right decision when all is said and done and keep things on the up and up with Kofi, and for the sake of the New Day, being smarter and knowing that Kofi is not trying to replace Big E with Odyssey Jones, and that's not the case at all. It just has a guy that they look to as an ally, right? Because tonight we have that six-man tag match, AOP and Karrion Kross versus the New Day and Odyssey Jones. So again, do you think the implosion happens tonight, either during the match or after the fact? It very well could. I'm not sure what to think of it. Again, from a sentimental standpoint, I said at least get to November 28th. You hit 10 years, and then you want to turn heel that night, do it. Or the next day or the next week. But again, we're a very long ways away from that. Again, well over 3 months. So I don't know, but let me know what you think. Does Xavier Woods turn heel? I hope not, but I will say again, if he does, he will make a fantastic heel. And last note, if you remember a couple years ago when Xavier ended up winning the King of the Ring, a lot of us thought after he won that, he was starting to act like a bit of a snooty heel, a little pompous, King Woods, or whatever they called him, King Xavier, because he was feeling himself, right? He won the tournament. He had every reason to think who he is. And it didn't happen then, 2.5 years ago, well over 2.5 years ago, so almost 3. So do you think, even though we're getting these kind of vibes and feels, that he may just take a couple steps back and make the right decision? Let me know.